GSL.
What's up? We're back here at the GSL Code S. A really interesting game so far.
Yeah, I did enjoy that last series.
If you're just now tuning in, we had literally the shortest game ever. It was a minute and 55 seconds. 55 seconds, thank you.
And for us, it was even less because we started 9 supply.
Yeah. We don't go into the game until a few workers in. So
look, let's not forget about Parting's build in Game 2 as well. That was like absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Just really actually very fun games today.
A build that's made that you should predict, and you know the way to stop it, but he has a micro trick to actually punish
The micro trick is the fact that he's parting.
Yeah.
That's how they called it the Immortal, is they let Parting use it.
And when Parting uses it, he is immortal.
Yeah.
SuperNova up against Parting. Look, SuperNova's got some really smart strats. He's not playing badly at all. But Parting is looking godlike.
Yeah.
So good.
Very interesting that we're on Way Station as a map. You know, it's 2 very different maps within this one map, Tasteless. I'm wondering how this is going to go.
Well, we're about to find out as that's just loaded up. Parting against SuperNova, 2 household names in StarCraft II. Now here in our second season of this year's GSL Code S, round number 32. In the bottom left, in the red, we have our Protoss player. He is
SK Telecom T1 Parting, 원이사.
and his opponent, old school here in StarCraft II. He is
SuperNova, 김영진.
And that's actually what's kind of funny to think about with this is that we were talking about SuperNova long before we were talking about Parting.
Yeah. You know, Parting obviously has been around a ridiculously long amount of time too, but SuperNova did precede him by a couple seasons at least, I guess.
All right, some Parting support here.
Of course, Hearthstone support as well. How can't you?
You can.
Yeah, you have to do it. You have to pay your homage to Hearthstone. All right, so, you know, these are the close spawns on Way Station. Of course, they do both know that as well.
Yeah.
We'll have to see what types of builds they have planned for this.
This is one of my favorite maps because it's just, the theme about it is so cool.
It's so interesting.
It's like you start on one of 2 maps, basically.
Yeah.
Where
you don't know as it queues up what it's going to be.
Yeah. Okay, so very conservative Reaper opening here from SuperNova. He's going to try to see exactly what Parting's going to do. Parting historically has built a name for himself with very particular, aggressive, perfectly controlled timing attacks.
Indeed. And he's shown that he can play like a really fantastic long game as well, and in PvT. Absolutely. We've seen some of the best long games in PvT from him also. So could see a huge variety of things here. Now, I'm wondering how this will go because, you know, we don't get to see that many games here, and especially high-level TVPs here, because there's so few Terrans, and overall Terrans have been getting eliminated a lot by Zergs. So I don't know how this is going to end up going, but I can say that I feel like taking that third base could be a little bit difficult for Protoss, and maybe SuperNova's going to focus on that. Maybe focus on not dying to a 2-base all in, like really scouting what he's doing, and then maybe denying that third or slowing it down or something like that. We've seen some good play on, like, for instance, merry-go-round that was similar to that.
Do you think we're necessary? Oh, wait, he's getting a quick Twilight Council.
It's a good choice. It's a good choice. Probably a blink all incoming.
I was going to say, do you think we might see 2-base Colossus? But now I don't think that's the direction the game's going in with the Twilight coming out here.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we might see
DT, maybe?
I think it's going to be a 2-base blink all in. I think it's a solid strat. It'll be good enough, I think, for the map. I think that Parting doesn't want to try to take a third base. in the close spots here. And he'd rather just let it be decided by his ridiculous micro as opposed to anything else.
And here come the additional gateways. Blink being chrono boosted out now.
Oh.
And he'll only be making stalkers here.
Indeed.
Also important to note is that the bunker is pretty far actually from the mineral patches for SuperNova's expansion, and that does mean there's going to be an increased travel distance, albeit small.
Yeah.
Small sometimes turns into big in moments like this where SCVs are trying to repair the bunker. Now the question is, can he actually stop this Reaper from getting up here?
Yeah, he's going to stop it from scouting the Blink. And the thing is, 2 Stalkers isn't enough of a tell to know for sure, but he definitely could be suspecting such a thing. You know, to be honest, the Nexus does feel a little bit late for not having tech as well. And in fact, it looks like he's
already...
Yeah.
Well, no, hold on. He turned around.
I think he's getting... Well, he's going to push out a little bit because he has gotten the quick concussive shells. This is kind of a popular build right now to walk out with a handful of Marines and 1 Marauder with concussive to try to catch a Stalker. And if he catches pylons, that could be very good.
Did you get vision of that probe going by?
I don't know if he saw it, actually. I'm not exactly sure, but he's kind of scouting. Oh, I think he just saw the pylon, just barely. Yep, he saw it. He saw it. That's actually really good. This gives him a lot of information. Now, Stalkers are coming across. Uh-oh, with a Mothership Core. Blink is about to finish. He's going to be able to pick off this whole army.
He's
with parting micro? Yeah, I think so.
He's not going to be able to warp anything in super close from here. But I think you might be right, Artosis. With the party micro, I mean, what are you going to do?
He might be waiting for this next warp in instead of trying to make these 5 Stalkers do all the work. Okay, there you go. He does do it. Gets that warp in. We'll see what can parting get done here. SuperNova pushing forward at the moment. Doesn't want to run against these Stalkers with their great range and blink. Oh, man.
Oh, this is a lot of lost units here. Now, of course, you can just blink up here with the vision from the Mothership Core.
Yeah, and an instant blink. There's no bunker ready, which is always going to be a tough thing. Yeah. Very tough situation. Blinks up, lets them gain some cooldown time, and then moves in so he can get out quickly if need be. Quite well done. Now he has another time warp available.
There we go.
Oh, boy.
And with micro like this, I mean, it's hard to do much. Now, he does get forward here, and there's no blink yet. Oh, well, now he has it. He can blink now down to the low ground. And talk about just optimizing the amount of damage he could deal with this.
That's pretty
And, of course,
painful.
Time Warp's still there, slowing down the rest of those units. Another warp in about to occur. Oh, he's actually just going to blink right up on in here.
Why not?
Why the hell not? He's also making probes behind this.
Continue to make his Stalkers as well. It is 40 probes now to 34 SCVs. He's got a bigger army as well.
Oh, didn't get... Oh,
we do have stim done. So definitely one thing to take into consideration. He gets a barracks. Ouch.
Ouch.
So many SCVs being taken out. And look at this. His army is just so much better.
Oh my god, look at the targeting there on the Marauders. So good.
Yeah, nothing matters anymore.
Nothing matters, Artosis.
Nothing matters.
We should be seeing GG here. I mean, the lack of Marauder presence, once he picks those off, it's just too hard to deal with. A good builder selection by Parting.
Yeah.
In case you guys missed what we were talking about earlier, he wants to do a build like that on that map because taking the 3rd base for Protoss is pretty tricky against Terran, so why not just turn it into a 2-base all-in? And when you're Parting, you're just going to micro so well. There's not a lot your opponent can do. A frustrated SuperNova is what we have right here. He did win the last series, though.
After losing the first game?
Yeah, after losing the first game. And it looked like a pretty dire situation he was in then. He managed to make it work. But
you know, you have to know a blink all-in is coming before it comes. Because he walked all the way down there to get the pylon, and then his army got stuck. He lost a big chunk of it. He didn't have a bunker in the main base. He was out of position, even if he had.
Those blink all-ins, they stop working once you have stim and medevacs and a sizable army. But until you have that combination out and a substantial number of that combo out, you're not going to be able to survive that.
Totally. You think he's going to lift to the gold? I do.
No. You think he'll do it again?
Yeah. I do. I think he's going to lift to the gold.
I would love to see him do that.
Well, out of all the lift to gold games I've ever seen, that one that we saw from him last time was my favorite by far. It was the most brilliantly executed lift to the gold strategy yet.
It looks like our game is now started. Guys, tell your friends to tune in here. This is the best esports show of all time, the best players in the entire world. Now we go on to game number 2 here between Party and SuperNova.